Hi, I want to spend a couple minutes and talk about an awesome feature that we have in Think Like a CEO app that's going to be very, very helpful for you, and that's how we use SIC codes. So let's start. Let's go with one of my current companies. Let's pick Chevron. Okay, everybody knows Chevron is an oil company, right? Of course. But you know what? You might not know offhand who its main competitors are. Now, most of the companies in Think Like a CEO app will come out of the box with competitors, but some won't. And we're using an example in this case, Chevron. Let's say that it doesn't. Again, we know that Chevron's an oil company, but who are all the competitors? I don't know, maybe Exxon? Who else? All right, well, let's hit the competitor tab. We press the change competitors. And then down here when we add, we press the plus button. And bam, immediately we see all of the companies with the SIC code that Chevron shares. So looking at this, I want to add Exxon. Let's see, probably Marathon. And let's look at Phillips 66. And you know what? Conoco, I drove by a Conoco station. So let's look at these. Now we have the competitors for Chevron, and we're able to do our analysis that we want to do. And we see here how, for instance, how oil company revenues down, as you can imagine, with the price of oil going down, and so forth. Now, there's some other cool ways that you can use this for companies that maybe you don't know as well as a Chevron. One of the neat things about Think Like a CEO app is that you're going to have access to all of the publicly traded companies on a U.S. stock exchange. So a lot of times those are U.S.-based companies, but oftentimes companies based outside of the U.S. also. There are over 9,000 and growing every day. So there's a good chance that the companies that you call on are going to be in this stock exchange. So let's see. Let's press the plus button, and let me just think up a company. Let's see if there's any SQL. I'm dealing with SQL today. Oh, okay. SQL Technologies. All right, we see right there, has 19 employees. The SIC code is 3640, electric lighting and wiring equipment. I've never heard of SQL Technologies ever before. Let me pull them here down. And it's maybe a new company, or it's certainly a micro company with only a few employees. It doesn't have any competitors, so we're going to see if we can't find some competitors. One thing I want to, I swiped it by accident. One thing that I want to point out again is if you press the button up the top, gives us some great information on this company. So now we're looking, and again, we see the SIC code here, 3640, but most importantly, we see the number of employees, 19. Now that's important when we go to our next step, because what we're going to want to do is look at competitors that are similar to this company, SQL Technologies, that we're trying to sell to. So I'm going to hit the change competitors, press the plus. Okay, we see a lot of different companies in this electric lighting and wiring equipment, 3640 SIC. If we compare Acuity Brands, for instance, to SQL, while it might be important if in fact SQL looks at Acuity Brands, but you see here $8 million our target company and $3.5 billion for their competitors. So that might not be the type of competitor that we want to compare with. So let's get rid of that and let's look at the competitors again. Let's try to find someone that's more like SQL rather than someone like Acuity, which is a multi-billion-dollar company. And we go down here and we see Xenonics Holdings. Okay, I saw some more. Capstone with 14 employees. Our company is 19, so let's see. Energy Holdings. And perhaps let's go, what the heck, Lighting Science Group with 68 employees. All right, that might give us good comparisons. Let me go back quickly. You can see that our company has 19 employees, and we're looking at other companies that have 10, 14, 5, 60. So it's around the same size of our organization. Now let's look at the revenue. And in fact, we see that our organization does $8 million. We see down here some of their competitors up to $53 million, $33 million, $1 million. So you see that you're going to be able to call on all types of organizations, regardless of their revenue size, as long as they're publicly traded. But now we have an opportunity to go in to the executives of SQL Technologies. I don't know if it's called SQL, but SQL Technologies, and talk about what they look like compared to their competitors. Let's see how their gross margins look. Are their gross margins similar or better than their competitors? And of course, we have the profit strategies that come up that we're able to utilize to get out of IT and into the business. So that's an example of this awesome feature that is the SIC codes. When you see it, you're also going to be able to sort very quickly by employees, not just alphabetical. You can sort by employees, low to high, high to low, and you can also do alphabetical. So that's the SIC function. We trust that you've had some awesome experience thus far with Think Like a CEO app. I'd like to wish you continued luck and rock on, team.